Welcome to How to Create an Album video tutorial. You can use the album feature in Brandworkz to gather together images, videos and documents from around the system which you personally need for a particular purpose. It's very similar to an e-commerce shopping cart, except albums are permanent until you delete them and you can have as many of them as you like. In this video, we will demonstrate how to create an album, add to it, download, share the album and create a public link. From the home page, click on Albums at the top of the page on the left-hand side. From here, you can manage your existing albums and create new ones. To see the albums that have been created, click the drop-down and select the album you want. To create a new album, click on Create New Album. Then you can name the album, the client, and the name of the project, and a description if you wish. Click Submit and the album is created. To add assets to the album, go back to the home page or the section you know your assets are located in and find the asset you want to add to the album. In this case, it's the image of the man in the field. If you want to add multiple assets to an album, all you have to do is select the assets you want by checking the box next to them, then click Albums in the top nav and select Add to Album. If you don't want to add the assets to the active album, i.e. the one you have most recently used, you can expand the drop-down to also show a further 4 albums you have used recently and add the assets to one of those. You can also create a new album here by clicking Add New Album and going through the same steps as I described previously. An asset can be quickly added to an album by clicking on the small icon beneath the asset. If we hover over the asset, we see the same controls found in the action bar. We have now added the asset to the album. To go back and view the album, either click the album drop-down in the action bar and click on View and Download for the active album, or you can click on the albums link at the top here to go to the active album, and this will display the most recently used album. In this case, the album called Winter Collection 2013, as you can see from the name selected in the drop-down on the left. The assets within an album can be downloaded together. To do this, click the Download button in the asset bar. To learn more about downloading assets from Brandworkz, please see our How to Download Assets video tutorial. If you would like to send the album to another person, you click Send. In Recipients, you can add the name of a registered user, or if you would like to send the album to a person who isn't registered in the system, you can enter their email address and add this to the assigned recipients. Depending on how your system is configured, you may only be able to select one or the other. You can specify the reply to address, the subject line of the email, and any text to go with the email. You can set valid from and to dates, which is useful if you want to embargo an album until a particular date, or if you only want the album to be available to the recipient for a limited amount of time. You can also choose the type of downloads available to them, in this case, low-res only. Then select Send Album. That album is now sent. You can also create a public link for an album. This creates a short URL link to the album, which anybody can access if they click on it. For instance, this can be used by your press department if they would like to put a link on a press release which journalists can click on to download related images and videos. It can also be used to place on your public website if there is a particular set of images you would like to make available for public download. The link is now created, so this can be manually sent out. If we click on that link, it will take you straight to the album within Brandworkz. We can see that whoever clicks the link is logged in as a guest user and the asset is here for them to use. If we go back to the album and select View History, we can see who sent the album out and who has actually clicked on the link, which is very handy when sending files to a number of journalists. This concludes the How to Create an Album video tutorial.